Okay, now we will see what are the schemas for multidimensional databases. What is the meaning of schema? I hope you all know that. Schema is a representation model. You may be studied along with your subject database management system, and every database will have a schema. That is the description of database in any data model. That is the schema for a database. Similarly, we have a representation model for multidimensional databases. There are different types of schemas that we will study in this session. A data warehouse requires a concise subject-oriented schema that facilitates online data analysis. So data warehouse is used for data analysis. So we need a very concise subject-oriented schema for that. It can be of many different types or in different forms. We have star schema, snowflake schema, or we can use fact constellation schema. We will see what is a star schema. As the name suggests, it looks like a star. This is the most common modeling paradigm. Here the data warehouse will contain a large central table, that is the fact table. We have already seen what is a fact table and what are the different dimension tables. So we will have a central table or a central theme, that is the fact table, and we will have a set of smaller attendant tables which are known as dimension tables, one for each dimension. If we have 4 dimensions, we will have 4 different dimension tables, and there will be a central table known as fact table. It will look like this figure. Okay, this is an example for the all electronics data warehouse. Same we have discussed earlier. So we have a sales fact table. So sales is the fact or the central theme, and we have 2 items in this fact table. That is, one is the measure or the fact will be there, and we will have different keys to each and every dimensions. So we have 4 dimensions. So time key is there, item key, branch key and location key. And here we have 2 measures. One is dollar sold and the other fact is unit sold. We have included one more fact in this schema. Okay, so that is the fact table for sales. And as we discussed earlier, we have dimension tables for here we have 4 dimensions. One is time, item, branch and location. For each and every dimension we have dimension tables, and in each dimension table we have a key to the sales and the other factors that will describe the dimension. For example, time may be described using day or day of the week, month, quarter and year. An item may be described using item name, brand, type and supplier type. So like that we have all dimensions and also we have fact table. This is the star schema of a data warehouse for sales. Next, the schema contains central fact table. The same points we are once again we are repeating. A central fact table for sales that contains keys and dimension identifiers to each of the 4 dimensions, and we have 2 measures, dollar sold and unit sold. Then next one is snowflake schema. This is a variant of star schema. Here some dimension tables are normalized. Usually the data warehouses are not normalized, and these are not popularly used in data warehouse design since it will reduce the effectiveness of query processing. We already mentioned this point when we distinguish between a database and a data warehouse. Okay, so a normalization process usually reduce, but if we normalize, it will reduce redundancies and it will save storage space. So to some extent it can be used but not popularly used. Figure. Here we have fact table sales, and we have different dimensions: time, item, branch, location, and the item table is divided into two by normalizing it. So we have another table here as supplier, and um, we have divided the location table into a subtable, that is city. So this is used to reduce the redundancies and to improve the storage space, but the querying will be very difficult if we go for this normalization process. So this is the example for Snowflake schema of a data warehouse for sales. Next model or next schema is that fact constellation schema. A fact constellation allows dimension tables to be shared between fact tables. This is a most practical schema that can be used for the design of data warehouses. Example, the dimension tables for time, item and location can be shared between both sales and shipping fact tables. We have more than one fact table, and these fact tables can use the same dimension tables. Here time, item and location tables can be shared between these two fact tables. See the example. We have two different fact tables here. One is sales and one is shipping, and some of the tables are dimension tables are shared. For example, see, location is shared between sales and shipping fact table, and one more, that is item dimension table is also shared between sales and shipping. And time also is shared between shipping and the sales fact tables. Okay, and standalone dimension tables are there. Branch is for sales fact table alone, and we have a shipper dimension table for the shipping fact table. And the location dimension table is shared among the sales table and the shipping table, and we have used here one normalization, that is that location dimension table is again divided into shipper dimension table. So this can be done when we design a data warehouse. So this is the fact constellation schema of a data warehouse for two different fact tables, that are sales and shipping. Now we will see what is the difference between a data warehouse and a data mart. Okay, we are going to study a new concept, that is data mart. Okay, a data warehouse collects information about subjects that span the entire organization. For example, we can build a data warehouse for an entire organization. It may have different entities like customers, items, sales, assets and personnel. But a data mart is a department subset of the data warehouse that focuses on selected subjects. Okay, so it is a subset of the data warehouse. So it is a departmental subset of the data warehouse which will focus on selected subjects. So the scope of data warehouse will be enterprise wide, but a scope of data mart will be department wide. And usually data warehouse use fact constellation schema for its design, but data mart uses star or snowflake schema, since it will have only one subject or one fact table. So that is the difference between the terms data warehouse and data mart. And we will see how we can define these schemas. We need any language for defining these schemas. So to define data warehouses and data marts, we can use data mining query language as the structured query language used for designing databases. We have a separate language, query language, that is called as data mining query language. In short, we can call it as DMQL. Okay, it needs two language primitives. Actually, we have to define cube as well as we have to define the dimension. Okay, so two language primitives are needed, one for cube definition and one for dimension definition. We will see the syntax for cube definition statements. We can define cube. We can give a name, that is a cube name can be specified here, and we have to specify the dimensions. For example, if we have 4 dimensions, we have to mention the dimension list, and we have to mention the measure list, that is the fact also we have to mention here. So that is the syntax used for cube definition. And we have to define dimensions. So for that we are using the syntax define dimension, and we will have any dimension name, for example item, as we can use some attributes for describing that particular dimension. For example, time, if we are defining a dimension item, we can have item name, brand, type, etc. as the attribute names. So this is the example we can have with the same example of all electronics. Define cube. We can define a cube, sales star, and with dimensions, time, item, branch, location, and we have two measures, dollars sold, that is equal to sum of sales in dollars. So sales dollars means the sum of all sales happened in these particular dimensions. And unit sold will be the count, how many items are sold in these particular dimensions. So that is the definition of a cube. Then we have different dimensions that also we can define using DMQL. Define dimension time as, this is the syntax, define dimension time as, we will have a time key, day, day of week, month, quarter, year. And like that we have item, we should have a primary key like item key, then item name, brand, type, supplier type, etc. So this is the way we can define a data cube and different dimensions using DMQL. And the measures can be of different types. We have seen the sum and the count. Like that we will have different types of measures. A data cube measure is always a numerical function. It is evaluated at each point in the data cube size. A multi-dimensional point in the data cube space can be defined by a set of dimension value pairs. Okay. For example, time quarter 1, location equal to Vancouver, item equal to computer. For that particular dimension, what is the value? Okay, so that is the measure we have to mention. If we are using the dollars sold, or if we are using the unit sold, it will give the value. Okay, there are 3 categories based on the kind of aggregate functions. We have distributive function, or algebraic, or holistic. We will see what are the different categories one by one. Distributive means an aggregate function is distributive. If it can be computed in a distributive manner. A measure is distributive if it is obtained by applying a distributive aggregate function. For example, if you are using count, sum, min and max, we can call it as a distributive function. Next one is algebraic. An aggregate function is algebraic if it can be computed by an algebraic function with m arguments, each of which is obtained by applying a distributive aggregate function. A measure is algebraic if it is obtained by applying an algebraic aggregate function. For example, average, standard deviation, minimum of n and maximum of n. This can be considered as algebraic functions. The last one is holistic. An aggregate function is holistic if there is no constant bound on the storage size needed to describe a subaggregate. A measure is holistic if it is obtained by applying a holistic aggregate function. Examples: median, mode and rank. These are the different types of measures that can be used along with this data cube. You may use distributive, algebraic or holistic measures.